Now this time on Pole Barn Garage, I'm a farmer, and there's about 10,000 stinging insects under the hood of this tractor, so I gotta ride it off the trailer, but I brought weapons. Brakes are good. Zane?
Yeah?
You want to throw the hood open?
Oh boy.
3, 2, 1. Oh, it didn't.
Where are they at?
I don't know.
Oh, there they are!
Right there.
God! Oh, there's so many.
Oh, there's more.
Oh.
There you go. Wasp killer. And now I'll light it on fire, and we'll see you guys next week. There we go. Them weird spiders crawling around in there, and impervious to brake clean. I may have met my match.
There's a couple over here.
Brake clean works pretty good on them. So let's try to get this tractor going. I don't know a lot about tractors, but we could probably figure it out, right? I know one thing, I know tires are expensive, and these tires, I mean, they're old, but they look pretty good. They're holding air. That's all you really need, right? She's a Ford 600, which I think is like mid-50s. We have a Ford 2000, and I think that's the model right after this. This is just a little bit older than the one we have. Now, the only experience I have with tractors is keeping that one going, which it rarely needs anything, so I really haven't done a lot. Let me see if all the stinging things are gone. Nope, they're not. Just let them do their thing. It's got PTO. It's got a 3-point on it, so hydraulics, pretty cool. I don't know how any of that works, but we probably are going to have to address it. It's been converted to a GM 1-wire alternator and a 12-volt system, so that's a huge plus. Looks like a updraft carburetor. It's a Zenith carburetor. That battery doesn't look that old to me. I bet this thing hasn't been sitting that long. And my buddy Zane, you know, he hauls scrap, so he gets stuff all the time. You wouldn't believe it. This was going to the scrap yard. I don't know why. I gave him $450 for it. I couldn't say no. I didn't really need a tractor. I didn't think I needed a tractor anyway. Yep. That ought to get rid of majority of them. We'll just keep some brake clean handy. It's pretty good for short range combat like this. I guess seeing as I don't really know anything about it, we'll start with the basics. Arise, tractor, arise! Arise, tractor, arise! I don't have enough sacrifices around here to pull that one off, unfortunately. I guess we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. I guess we ought to see if it cranks. Looks like we're missing keys. That's probably on-off. I got a key switch for it, so we could replace this. Couldn't be that easy. Well, let's start there, I think. I guess it's worth mentioning, I already grabbed the fan when I got it, and the motor moved anyway. I mean, I didn't get a full spin out of it, but that's why I'm jumping straight to this. How do you get down into that? Oh, you got to go through the top? Okay. Yeah, just where the wasps are. Okay, cool. These sons of bitches are not happy with me. Definitely adds a certain element of terror to this. I'm only a little bit allergic to them, though. Not too bad. Yep. Yep, this is terrible. Yep, these sons of bitches. There we go. What's the date on this thing? Still got juice in it. Oh, what? Dude. Hell, this battery's probably still good. Why were they hauling this to the scrapyard? This thing hasn't been sitting hardly at all. Either something is really wrong with it, or they just didn't care, I guess. There we go. Now I can get to the key switch. So there's only 2 terminals on that key switch, so it doesn't crank. It just must be on-off. Maybe this is the crank. That's like a push button for the starter or something. Now the key switch I got, it's got crank and everything built into it. So I don't know if we're gonna end up needing that or what, but I don't know. At least we got keys, and I just hooked it up so it acts like an on and off right now. I say let's just throw a battery in it, see what happens. Oh, come on. Just gotta figure out the right angle here. Yep. Yep. There. Now these terminals probably leave a little to be desired, but you know, they'll maybe work for now. Oh, hey, the headlights. These are... Okay, that's what this is. We got 2 headlights. Just for grins. Let's see if we have power on the coil. It'll tell us something. Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, we got power on the coil. All right. We just need to make it crank. Okay, so this button... Oh, there it went. So when you have it in gear, it doesn't let you crank it. That makes a lot of sense, actually. That is the crank button. Come on, baby. I heard it do something. We know those battery cables are going to be a problem. So let's go ahead and change those. I'm going to go ahead and soak all these fasteners for the battery cables. Just in case. Kind of get all that soaked. Give it its best chance. I seem to have grossly overestimated how long these cables needed to be, but a little extra never hurt, right? Yeah, these are pretty bad. Pretty green in there. I should probably clean that off first. There we go. Yeah, who needs a wire brush? Now we got enough extra cable if we ever got to put a different kind of battery in it. May as well change them all. If we can do it without breaking the stud out of the side of the starter, that would be ideal. Oh yeah. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Well, that moves out of the way very easily. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. This would seem to be the air filter housing. It's probably an oil bath air filter, if I had to guess. That one's still okay. We'll change her out anyway, though. On account of I be restoring this here tractor. This air filter's kind of in my way. So let's just remove that. Oh yeah, oil bath and still full of oil. Alright, let's not dump that out. Yeah, with that lower part out of the way, I can get to this other battery cable. They definitely had the farmer in mind when they engineered this, didn't they? It's pretty damn good of them. All this and that damn starter solenoid will be bad, but it's a long walk back to the shop up there. You know, it's probably 200 yards. It's too far. I just can't do it. Whatever this big yellow wire is here, that's appears to be powering the entire tractor. Yep, let's retrieve that. I'm just gonna land that down on the solenoid, probably where it belongs anyway. Let's see what we got. Come on, baby. Trying. Oh, did I not get that tight? Hell yeah. Oh shit, that stirred up a mess of them, didn't it? I didn't like that. You didn't much care for that, did you? Yeah. Die! I don't know where you're at, but fuck you. Should be points ignition. So, just pop the cap off and take a look. Cap looks like it's alright. Could use the terminals cleaned up a little. Rotor, kind of similarly. Alright. It's got a little cover here for the points. I don't know what that's for. Yeah, the points are pretty jacked. Definitely gonna need to clean them up. So they're dirty and corroded, but pretty obviously they are fairly new. Or newer-ish. They got a lot of material left on them. So we're just gonna open them up, Put a piece of sandpaper between them. Scrub a dub. See all that gray stuff coming off of there? That's corrosion buildup from the points. Just from sitting is all. Sometimes what you might want to do is, after you've sanded your points, just open them up and just put the corner of a rag down in there. Like that, and just kind of drag it through. And that'll get anything that you missed. Let's see if we have sparks. No sparks. How come no sparks? Let's make sure we have power to them. No, we don't. Oh, okay. We have power to the coil. We did. What happened to it? Okay, something went south here. Let's try to figure that out. If I had to guess, I probably disturbed something when I was pulling around on stuff. I had a wire off of it on the solenoid that was clearly powering something important. However, we do have power now, but we're not getting very good spark out of it. I mean, we're getting a little bit. No, still got problems. And wasn't it? It wasn't just my stupidity. It's also something else. Might just be poor connections. Yeah, look at that. Pretty nasty. Let me just splice in a new chunk of wire here, and then we'll try again. I'll just be lazy and replace the bad part of the wire here and ignore the other bad parts. Oh yeah, we got spark now. So we should be able to verify spark at the plug now. Let's see what we got. Come on. What's the deal? I don't believe we're sending powers to the starter. We are not. The solenoid has perished. There we go. I just wiggled it a little. I don't think it's too long for the world. We'll keep a new one on standby for now, but I want to hear it run. Let me just shoot some juice into it and see what happens. It runs. Alright, cool. Now let's take a look at the fuel system. Pretty sure it's just gravity fed out of the tank, ain't it? Looks bone dry. Don't smell that bad. There ain't no gas in it. And it looks clean as can be. Looks like they probably drained the fuel when they parked it. Isn't that how that's what this is for, right? Oh no, that's just a shut-off. You just pull the bowl off to drain it. All right, well, let's open this up and put some gas in it. These damn wasps are just relentless. Go away. And of course, the only gas can I have with gas in it is this EPA special here. So it'll take me about 3 days to fill this up, and I'll spill half of it on the ground. Watch as I multitask and check the antifreeze. It's got green antifreeze in it. This thing has not been sitting that long. It's probably a perfectly good tractor. People are so damn wasteful these days. God damn it. Let's put a little Marvel Mystery Oil down in there just for good measure. Put about half in the tank and about half in the crankcase. We'll let this stuff run through it, and then we'll change the oil. This will kind of help break up the varnish and stuff. Free ball this. Is that where the oil goes? Where does the oil go? I do not know where the oil goes. I feel like this is... Uh-oh. I'm an idiot. That's what the problem was. As usual. There we go. I don't really know, but shouldn't I see fuel in the sediment bowl somewhere? Maybe I should bust that line loose and see if it's plugged. That might have been smarter to do before I filled it with gas. Alright. So, gasoline. should be coming out of that, right? And it's not. Where does it go to? Right on the bottom of the tank. Well, there must be something in plugging it up. I saw my grandpa do something once. Nope. He would blow in the tank to push fuel through it. Not coming out, is it? Nope, not yet. Wait, what's this? Is this a valve? Sure seems like it's open. There it goes. It's starting to drip. All right, well, hang on, we're getting somewhere. I really don't want to pull the gas tank because that requires me to disassemble the whole tractor, basically, to get it apart. I'm going to try to blow backwards through this line. What if I suck on it? What if I shoot a little brake clean up in there? Huh? See, the line or whatever's in the bottom of that tank is plugged up. It seems like every time I play with this shutoff valve, it kind of improves. So maybe I'll just run this thing in and out a few times, see what happens. They just removed what I assume is some kind of shutoff valve. And well, it's just kind of dripping gas out of there too. So it must be whatever's actually bolted to the tank is bad. I could remove it without removing the gas tank if someone wouldn't have been a jackass and replaced one of the bolts with a flathead screw. I can't get on that. I would have to bend a screwdriver to get up in here and be able to turn it. The other one I can use a wrench on. I was hoping I could get this 1/4-inch drive with a flathead on it in there. It'd be like the one time you could use one of these things. I bent a screwdriver to try to get up in there and unscrew it, but I can't get on it, so that leaves us with only one option, and that is to at least remove this side of it and hope we can slide the tank out. We got 3 bolts in the back, and they're all different sizes, and this thing has been farmered all over the place. Just random hardware, whatever he had. I can respect that. That's how I do stuff. I stirred up another mess of flying, stinging bastards. I got that unbolted, and it flips up enough where you could probably get to it. My God, look at that. Ugh. I got 2 options here. I can unbolt the brush guard and tilt the whole front end forward again. Or there's 2 bolts down here, it looks like, and I can pull all the sheet metal off. I don't know which one I'm going to do yet, but I am going to let those wasps kind of chill out for a minute. I'm just going to go ahead and yank the sheet metal off. Yep, there's the wasps again. God dang it. Woo! Back. Speed. Gotta be speed. Speedier than that. Come on, get up. Yep, well, that was it. I don't know where the nut went, but the lawnmower will find it, I'm sure. Let's see. Yeah, this would be easier if I wasn't afraid of getting stung. Oh, oops. We're gonna have to rewire the headlights. Oh well. That's okay, we can do that. Oh, that son of a bitch. There was their other home. Yeah? Yeah? Get drenched. Well, damn, that simplifies things. Alright, let's get the gas tank off. What am I missing? Oh. Oh, I'm stupid. No, I'm not. It should come out. No, I'm not dumb at all. Well, kinda. Just a little stuck in all. I don't like spiders about as much as I don't like wasps. Wasps. There we go. Oh, I'll be damned. There were some in there. That damn brown recluses. Eat shit and die. Oh my God, there's so many of them. I am glad I didn't put my hands in there. What is wrong with this thing? It's cursed. It's plagued by bugs. Let's just... There we go. Yeah. Goodbye. Thank you. Oh, now you want to let gas out, huh? Oh, okay. I see how it is. All that because somebody used a flathead screw. Whatever, this is probably for the best. As long as this thing comes out, whatever our trouble is, oh God. Whatever our trouble is, it's this. So, let's get it out of there. Ah, got it. Ooh, barely. I bet we could find something that's not a flathead screw to put back in that. Get out of here, you idiotic beast. Go live somewhere else. It's full of trash, but yeah, it's probably plugged. I didn't realize it had a little screen on it. When I took off the top part of this from going down in the tank and taking it off, that probably would have worked. So there was like a rubber thing on here, and that probably would have worked if I had more gas in the tank. That would have made it function. As it is, it's probably better if we just clean it out. There it is. There. One pissant little hole in that. This whole unit here has one shitty, tiny little hole. Flowing good now. Yeah, I was going to go clean this thing out. I am telling you, it is shiny gray metal in there. I think that trash must have been a fluke. It looked like a lot of it was paint, like red and paint had been like falling in it or something. Maybe it sat with the cap off or something. And I could have easily done that with it still in the tractor if it wasn't for that flathead screw. Rather unfortunately, I realized why he used a flathead screw. This is 1224 machine thread, and after a trip to the hardware store just now, I realized that's not very common. But I was able to get a Phillips screw instead, which I suppose is a little better. Why won't you guys go somewhere else? You stupid, stupid creatures. It's gonna suck if I have to remove this again. Up we go. Okay, things have escalated a little bit. I've got the sediment bowl off the carburetor because I quickly discovered that the gasket's bad and it leaks. And also, I don't know how the hell this fuel line snaked through there. The only way I could figure it did is it sat right on the exhaust manifold. And I'm just going to assume that's a bad thing. So I'm going to move it away from the heat. And then I'm going to have to try to find either some kind of 90 degree for that. And then just bridge these two pieces together with a piece of hose. I think that would probably be better. And I think we can make a new gasket for the sediment bowl. You can see that it's not quite round anymore. I got the fuel tank bolted down. Unfortunately, that shutoff valve, I wish I wouldn't have pulled it out. But it's not leaking like real bad, but it is leaking fuel on top of the engine, which is, you know, less than ideal. But it's just this screw. It's not the stuff in there, you know, it's just a screw. So maybe we pull it out and then tape the hell out of it with some Gasola tape and shove it back in. I found a 90 degree pipe fitting here. Just happens to fit that flare perfect. I'm going to take some fuel resistant thread sealant tape, give it a few wraps of that, install it, and we'll do the same thing when we install the sediment bowl on the carburetor. Something like that. That'll work good. Alright, what I got here is just some gasket material. I don't know if it's thick enough, but we'll try. I'm just going to make an imprint. Cut out our imprint. Then we'll trim it to fit that bowl. Hopefully, you can get that to quit leaking. I think that's supposed to have a little bit thicker material than this, but we'll try. Ugly, but maybe effective. It seems like it fits up in there fairly well. Now I just need to hook up the fuel line, which we can definitely do, and definitely keep it from getting hot now. Okay, we're just about ready to turn on the spigot and see just how big of an environmental catastrophe I can create in my front yard. Open the shutoff on the carburetor. Good, that didn't work at all. Well, anyway, I'm gonna see if it'll start anyways, just to see. It probably won't catch on fire. I figured that a wire fell off. Let's see if she'll run. Well, it definitely runs, but not on its own, so I guess I got to pull that carburetor anyway. I'm sure it's not great in there. Maybe we can get lucky and salvage. Oh, the exhaust is hot. Maybe we can get lucky and salvage the gaskets out of this carburetor. Haha. Both different sizes. I am definitely not the first one here. Let's look inside of this thing. Let's hope we just dig into this thing and just see a whole bunch of trash or something. That would be nice. I'm a guy who likes to find a problem. I don't like mysteries. Maybe there was a reason this thing was headed to the scrapyard. Save the gasket. Dude, that thing is clean as can be. Again, look at that. Nothing in that. So what's the deal? Needle and seat moves free. This is some kind of mixture screw or something. I'm gonna guess that's probably very important on a carburetor like this. Got a jet here. Maybe it's plugged. I don't know. Let me get the brake clean out. It ain't plugged. Something's plugged in the needle and seat. I'm spraying brake clean in there and it should be coming out. It's kind of coming out. It's kind of dribbling. We need to get the float out, pull that needle and seat, clean it up, and put it back together. Looks like brand new, like somebody put a carb kit in this. I don't have a clue. There is one thing in here that kind of looks like a jet, and I don't know what it is, and it doesn't really want to come out. But whatever it is, it's not plugged. The needle and seat definitely flows better now. Definitely better. I mean, that may have been it. I think the float level might be a little low, but I'm not going to mess with it just yet. Carburetor's put back together. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. Actually, I may have found something. That mixture screw was tightened all the way in. I guess I could have checked that first, but at least I know that the thing's clean inside now. I'll throw this back on. I'm gonna have to go get some more gasket material to try to make a sediment bowl gasket. I don't think there's any reason to get a carb kit. It looked fine in there, so let me go ahead and bolt this back on, and I'll be right back with some gasket material. Okay, I used some cork gasket material this time, and she sealed up pretty good. It's not leaking. Let's see if it runs. Beautiful. Oh. Okay, it runs really good, but I didn't hook up the throttle. That might be helpful. I don't know what we did exactly, but we must have done something, and it seems to have helped it out. Hey, helper Chase. You go pull on that throttle a little bit. Let off just a hair. That's great. Well, as you guys know, I'm kind of a tractor mechanic, so, you know, I know those carburetors inside and out. My adjustments are second to none. I'm going to go ahead and put the air filter back on, which is an oil bath air filter. So you fill this cup with oil, and I did, in an environmentally friendly fashion, I drained the old oil. I'm just going to fill it with some junk 30 weight oil all the way up. And this is actually one of the most effective ways to filter your engine's air right here. So as the air is drawn in, it makes a loop over the top of the oil, and any dirt particles gets trapped in the oil. Boom. All right. Well, I'm going to take it for a spin. Well, I'm going to put this thing in the shop. I want to take it for a rip around the yard first. Come on. At first. It does great. The brakes work good. But I think it's pretty low on transmission oil. Let's top that off before we drive it anymore. I'm going to guess this giant plug is how you put gear lube in it. Oh, God. Yeah, it's completely empty. Okay. Oh, yeah. I can see the bottom of the case. It's... Okay. It sounded a little noisy, and that may be why. Let's see, I know you don't fill it to the brim, obviously. I want to say you usually fill it till it comes out of, you know, this plug here. I'm going to drain it. We're going to be responsible for once. Oh, yeah, that's water. Ah, the forbidden milkshake.
That's goop.
Yeah, ooh, that's chunky too. I'm going to just ignore that. It's a tractor. It doesn't care, right? We may have to run back to O'Reilly to get more gear lube. I didn't realize... Well, this feels like hydraulic fluid, though. I wonder what it's supposed to have in there. I shall Google it while I wait for this thing to finish pooping itself over here. So if we just put fluid in it until it starts to come out of there, it should be full. That's rule of thumb on pretty much any differential. As speaking of differentials, there's the fill for it. So definitely need to fill that. Now, it looks like that takes 80-90 regular diff fluid. That could probably wait till we get it in the shop, but I don't know if that transmission can. There should be one more compartment somewhere for the hydraulic. Yep, right there. So this is hydraulic fluid. You take that off. There's another drain underneath. We're going to address all of that, but let me do the transmission for now, and I'll do the rest once it's in the shop. Yeah, we'll just flush a little. I really probably need to run about 5 gallons of kerosene through that, but, well, I don't have any, so it's going to get what it gets. You just pour it in, right? Is this something I can free ball, or? Yes, it is. Hey Chase, go watch that fill plug on the side. Tell me when it starts to come out. I'm only making a little bit of a mess.
Alright, you're good.
Good?
Yep.
Alright. It'll make it in under its own power, which means it's deserving of being repaired. I cannot get this thing into first gear. Other than that, sure does run good. I don't think it has full throttle. I had to fix that, but shoot, it's a pretty decent old tractor. All right, let's get this thing finished up. So what I've noticed with it sitting here is that it seems to leak pretty much everything, except for fuel. The fuel leak has fixed itself, but you know, I kind of figure it's a tractor. It's probably just going to leak stuff, right? I'm going to start today by changing the oil. I'm going to change the oil in it. Then we're going to move back to the hydraulic fluid and the diff and just get all these fluids serviced. Oh yeah, I don't think that's been messed with in a minute. Oh, it's a square. Oh, yeah, just gonna change the oil, just that easy. Now let me try something a little more significant. What? Got it. Good Lord. Yeah, now get it out of there. Oh God. Oh my God. Wow, that's efficient. It's got some kind of like filter screen built into it. But there's no real dirt or anything in that. And all cleaned out, looking good. And I think I will put a little bit of thread sealant tape on the threads and then put it back up in there. I think there's some kind of World War II dogfight happening above my house right now. There's at least 3 planes. Maybe they finally found me. Yeah, there's 3 planes right into the sun. I can't see them. Lots of planes in formation. That's super cool. I wonder if there's like an air show or something going on. Now we gotta change the filter, and the bolt for it looks very, very well rounded off. We're gonna need the pipe wrench. I wish I had a normal size pipe wrench instead of this monstrosity. It works though. This is a cartridge style oil filter where you take this housing off and then you replace an element inside of it, and the housing gets reused over and over again. Yep, there we go. So here's your housing, and there's your filter. Pretty simple. Just like with a regular oil filter, don't forget to take your O-ring off the gasket. And the difference is you put the gasket in yourself up in here. I got a new gasket in here and a new gasket on the bolt. Go ahead and install it. The correct oil for a tractor is, of course, whatever you happen to have. And in this case, it's 1 gallon of diesel oil, and I've got 1 quart left of 2050 VR1. Cranked up, baby. It's probably the only time this is going to happen. I mean, we're going to take really good care of you. After this, let's move on to hydraulic fluid, I suppose. Not sure what reservoir this is exactly. I think it's the hydraulics, and then there's another plug behind it that I think is the diff, but also I don't know if the hydraulics and the transmission might be all the same unit, and if that's the case, I'm probably about to drain fresh fluid out of it. So I guess it should be pretty obvious whether I'm doing something correctly or not. It smells like gear lube and water. Lots of water coming out right now. Wow, completely dry. It smells like gear lube, but I don't know. I'm not sure what this is. I may have to look that up. I think for the factory, these things probably took the same fluid for everything. But I don't know if that's different nowadays. I'm going to pull that other plug and see what comes out. Oh, nope. So this is definitely something else. Well, I don't know. It smells like gear lube. There were 3 places to fill it up top, so I don't know. If that was gear lube, that looked pretty fresh. Okay, so it does look like there are 2 separate reservoirs. There's hydraulic here, which is separate from the transmission, and then the rear end. I probably didn't need to drain that, it looked fine, but whatever. I'm going to pull the seat off so I can better get to that fill plug, and I suppose I'll paint the seat real quick while I got it off. Whoa. Oh, it flips up. I didn't have to take it off at all. Well, whatever. I went this far. You know what? We may as well paint the whole damn tractor. Let's make her look like brand new. And the cool thing is, it's a tractor, so the bar is pretty low. Like, this is acceptable. You get a bunch of this loose paint cleaned off of here before I open up that fill. I don't want it falling in there. No gasket. That's how the water got in there. At least this one's got a dipstick I can use to kind of tell how much I need to put in. Then we're going to have to fire this up and bleed it as well. Now we're on the stick. Well, I filled her all up. It took that whole 5-gallon jug. I see it leaking actively though. Hang on. God dang it, I just sat down and I looked underneath it. That was a mistake. Well, that's where all the fluid went. Whatever this plate is here. Gasket's bad on it. I imagine I can make a gasket, but now I need to be able to collect that fluid back out of it so I don't waste all of it. Alright, let me jack it up, I guess, and get a bucket under it. Anyway, what I was saying I was going to do was make a new gasket for this out of cork material, which I'll go ahead and do. But we've got bigger problems over here. Okay, I have re-drained the hydraulic fluid. Now let's take this plate off and see what that gasket looks like. Again, I don't know what this is. This may be a bad idea, but it leaks pretty bad. I have no idea what this is, but the gasket's definitely bad. So let's make a new one. That's why I went into this with a bunch of gasket material, because I knew, like with a tractor, you don't just go to O'Reilly and get gaskets, you know. You gotta make them. Now fortunately, we got that one out pretty much one piece. So what we'll do is just lay it on top of my gasket material, use it as a template, and make a new one. Hey, it's got an O-ring on it too. It just popped off. I didn't even notice that. And the O-ring is also broken, which means the rest of the hydraulic system probably isn't much better. But I've got some O-rings around here. I could probably at least replace that one. I'm going to just run a razor blade around it, just get a rough shape. It does not have to be perfect. When you have to make a circle, you know, like for a bolt hole or a port, just cut an X into it. Then you know if you just cut the ears off of the X you made, it'll end up being a circle, more or less. I'm probably going to make it a little bit oversized, and that's okay. An X-Acto knife works a heck of a lot better than a razor knife, but you make do with whatever you have. There we go. I don't know if it's going to work, but, well, it can't be any worse. Let me slap this on there. I don't think you want to use any RTV or anything on a hydraulic system, so I'll try putting it on dry first. Well, that's done. I'm going to go ahead and fill up the rear differential real quick, and then I'm going to fill up the hydraulic fluid again. I wish all differentials filled this way. I think this thing takes 8 quarts, so 2 gallons of 80/90. Let's fill the hydraulics again. See if it all dumps out again. I got a feeling it's probably going to leak once we fire the tractor up. If this thing's been running at all with the thing empty like that, that pump is smoked. Every seal in it's going to be smoked. I mean, it ain't going to be pretty. We don't know that for sure until we try. Is it coming out? Not yet. So far so good. At least that gasket's probably fine. The rest of them, probably not. A little leak, like a slow leak, I'll deal with it. That's fine. We can top it off, but we just can't have it pouring out. Now, when we start this thing up, we're going to have to bleed this. It's a hydraulic system. There's going to be a bleed port. If I had to guess, it's probably this Allen head that's completely mangled and destroyed. That makes the most sense to me. So we'll start it, but we need this plug loose so the air has somewhere to go. Hydraulics work on the principle that you cannot compress a liquid. Therefore, if you squeeze it, it moves or it creates force. That's how hydraulics work. Basics. If there's air in the system, well, you can compress air. And what that does is it takes a space, and if there's air in the middle of it, that space, you know, the fluid can move back and forth between the air. It don't work. I don't know. It's science. I'm not a scientist. What I do know is that air is bad for hydraulic systems. It makes them no worky. So we got to get that loose. We don't want to take it out probably, but it needs to be loose. And we fire it up. We want it to, you know, this thing to do pump stuff, and then pump it, you know, pump the air out until fluid comes out. And I don't know. Don't trust anything I ever say. This pipe plug used to be a 5/16 Allen. It still kind of fits. Hey, it actually still works. I'm not going to take it out, or it's going to make a hell of a mess. But I think if I just crack it, it should push the air past it. Or something's going to explode. I don't know. We'll find out. Oh, also, I was sitting on it last night, playing with it, and I did get it into first gear. It was just kind of stuck. Bleeding. Doing something. working. Yeah. Ha ha ha. She's doing it. Atta girl. Holy crap, I think it works. How cool is that? I need to lubricate the hell out of this stuff back here, but it was working. I mean, I think it just needs use. Holy cow. I turned the PTO on because I didn't know if that needed to be on for that stuff to work. Hindsight, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But, I don't know. You guys probably know more about tractors than I do. If I do something stupid, just let me know, because I really have no idea. I would appreciate the input. There's bound to be a bunch of grease zerks on here. I can see that one's broken off. So, you know, it's probably fine. I'll just leave it alone. But we got one down here. Clean it off good so we could shoot some grease in there. You know, that may actually be it. There's not a lot else going on here, is there? Just some good old-fashioned maintenance. Probably just do wonders for this old girl. I'm going to spray some penetrating lube on all these joints. Then we're going to exercise it a little bit. That might help. Then we're going to power wash and degrease this whole tractor. But this is why I wanted to fix everything before I started painting, you know. Whatever moves gets a little lube. Also, I put the seat back on because, I mean, I'll probably pull it out and I might buzz it down the driveway, and then we'll go get the power washer and get this thing slicked up like new. I'm really proud of the old thing. This is cool. Come, tractor, we must ride. Slow, they're not right, but they're working. Try out that first gear. Yes. Tractor. Yes. Good oil pressure. The lifts are up. He goes for second. Yeah. I pulled it back in because I want to see if I can make that thing have more throttle or see what's going on with that. It runs phenomenal, but I just don't think it's, I don't know, I mean, maybe that's exactly how it's supposed to be, but if we play with it a little bit, we should be able to find out. It must be full throttle, because that's as far as it moves, and that's as far as the tractor moves it. So I guess that's just the way she runs. That's fine with me. All right, I'm gonna hook that back up and let's get to cleaning her up. Allow us to begin the cleansing with Super Clean. And just like any degreaser, you just kind of spray it on and let it soak for a while. You know, mostly the time it'll take me to go get the pressure washer and come back. It works a lot better that way. I like the spray foaming kind here. It works really good. It cleans well. There's also the aerosol Super Clean, which cannot be beat. I used to use oven cleaner a lot, but oven cleaner's like $5 a can now. It used to be $1 at Dollar Tree. That's those days are gone, as far as I'm aware. So Super Clean is actually a better deal. You get a lot more bang for your buck. I'm gonna hose down pretty much everything, because pretty much everything is covered in oil. So I'll just dual wield my Super Clean. That worked really well. Most of the grease is gone, and he managed to blow off a lot of the old paint. Looks like the thing was orange originally. Orange and gray? I don't know. Does that ring a bell to anybody? I got a lot of the paint off of the hood. And that worked really well, which is good because that's probably all the prep work it's going to get. So I'm glad we got a lot of it knocked off of there. I think it'll dry off a little quicker if I go drive it around a little bit. We are going to paint tractor. I have acquired 3 quarts of tractor paint, Rust-Oleum enamel. I didn't go to the farm stores. I didn't feel like it. But this stuff actually holds up really good. So I got 2 quarts of gray, 1 quart of red, and I got a little shaker can of the red too, in case we got to like get in places. And we are brush painting for one very specific reason. That's that it's easy and fast. And we don't have to mask anything. So, slather up. It's a tractor. It'll be fine. And it will protect it. And a couple hours later, we have a brand new tractor. It looks really good for just a quick brush job. That's amazing. Should hold up for quite a while too. It'll fade, but that's alright. It just look like a decent old tractor once it fades. Not bad. Hopefully it's dry by tomorrow and I can reassemble the sheet metal. And then we're going to have to put it to work and do something with it. Well, I'm going to start the work today by doing something that is wildly important. That is replacing the steering wheel spinner. You got to have one on a tractor. I'm pretty sure it's a law. I got a new one. I got a fancy one. It's got a compass in it, so you don't get lost on your tractor. That would be a terrible thing to happen, you know. Never mind, I won't use this because it don't fit. Alright, well, I guess we're going to break the law and just not have one. I knew I should have bought the regular one, but I wanted the compass. We have a slight problem. That shutoff valve is leaking profusely now. I don't know what to do about that. I think I'm going to have to drain the tank and pull that screw out and then goop it up or something. It's just that screw that's leaking. So let's drain it, I guess. It wasn't leaking at all, and I came out here this morning and it's just tons of gas. Oh, I don't know. It's going to be a problem. We should fix it. Yeah, we'll just drain the tank. We can put it back in. Once it's empty, I'll pull that screw out. I put a new O-ring on that shut-off screw, and I think I got it. I think that fixed it. I don't know if these are fuel resistant, but well, I guess we'll find out. I got pretty good at doing it quick, so if we got to do another one later, we can. We'll get this guy thrown back together and bolt it all up. Well, that's put together with definitely all the bolts. Definitely. I didn't, yeah, no, it'll be very easy to remove next time. But it still seems plenty solid. I got a little mission for us, and I've only got a couple pieces of equipment here. But we have a disc, and we've got a blade. So I've got two things I'd like to do. Jess wants to put in a flower meadow. She's been saving all the seeds from her pollinator garden over there, and she kind of just wants them to go run rampant somewhere, right? So we'll have to go find a spot we could turn up, and she can go throw her seeds around. I mean, that'll be like one pass with the disc and be good. And then JD has a little racetrack down in the corner of the property there, but damn, it's rough and bouncy. And I've used the disc before to kind of grade it out and smooth it. Works pretty good, so maybe we'll do a little bit of that too. Alright, let's go find some equipment. Did that yesterday when I pulled it out too. Like when it gets going backwards and sloshes, it quits. Probably just needs to warm up a little bit. We'll go get the disc. We don't need the hydraulics for that, but we'll have to test out the hydraulics with my blade. Let's see, I'm gonna have to find a clevis somewhere. Let me go get a clevis. This is a disc. I don't know anything about farm stuff, but you pull the rope and it makes a cut and it turns up the ground. And you're supposed to put weights on it, but I don't think we'll need them for what we're doing. I mean, it's a classy operation. Didn't want to run without the choke on now. Something's plugged up. And I guess this screw is pretty much the only adjustment. Let's try going out further with it. I haven't messed with it at all since we put it back together. I think it likes that better. Flower seeds.
Check.
Nice. Oh, I probably don't need the disc for that. Well, the bag of seeds, right?
Yeah, somebody gave me some buckwheat.
Okay.
I'll plant it for the deer.
Okay.
I don't know.
Alright, so we grab this. There we go. Well, I think that'll probably work for flowers.
I think so.
Yeah. Seeds.
Seeds.
Something's bound to grow here.
Or the squirrels will be very happy because all the sunflower seeds I just gifted them.
Yeah, they'll poop them out somewhere.
Oh, buckwheat.
Yeah? What? I don't even know what that is.
I don't even know what it is either. We'll find out. Because we're buckwheat farmers now, you know.
Yeah, we're whatever seeds and buckwheat.
I think I can just do this. And then
Just chuck it.
go! Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's perfect farming.
that's how you do it. So this is JD's racetrack here for dirt bikes and the tracer and stuff like that. And it's pretty effective, but it's just rough, you know, just rutted up. And I've done this quite a bit. Either use this or the blade. And I may go get the blade just to test out the hydraulics. It just helps grade everything smooth again, and kind of moves some of the leaves and twigs and stuff like that off to the side so you don't blow a tire. I'll make one pass with the disc around here just to break it up a bit, and I'll go get my blade. Yeah, I'm a farmer. What can I say?
Do you need a rock? Or, oh.
I think I need to just screw it in a little bit, and then it would fit, right?
I think so.
It's, you know, but we use it a lot, so
Yeah.
it's well worn.
Yeah, all the time.
Problem is, Yeah, I think I need to get this to... That's pretty frozen. You just may have to use this as is. I mean, I think it'll still do the job of grating.
Plowing right there.
It's quite a bit smoother, actually. It's not great, I mean, but it's not the tractor's fault. I just need to get a new turnbuckle thing. But now that I have a racetrack, I guess the only thing to do is try it out. Let me see what I can do on the old tractor here. I learned a valuable lesson. Stand up when it's in road gear. I got a couple more things to do. I got to drag a car around, and well, that's probably about it. But still, we can get some more use out of it. I'm gonna work on this, probably not like right away, but if we're gonna have some rain coming up, I want to at least get it out of the yard, and may as well use the tractor to drag it into the shop. And I think we can drag it right into the new shop, so I've got doors on either end of it. I can just drive the tractor straight through. This will be kind of a trial run. I'm gonna be kind of upset if we tear this car up, but I mean, it has to get moved in there somehow, because this Mercury wagon here is not going to be like a quick get it running kind of thing. This is a kind of a passion project for me. So let's hook her up and see how the tractor does. I think what we're going to do is actually leave the car in park and drag it off of this hill, and then I think it rolls. So I don't want it to roll too good. It can roll a little and not destroy the unobtainable tailgate. Now my brilliant plan won't work, will it?
Not this time, I don't think.
I just really don't want it to roll into the back of the tractor. So if I move that, give you a push, and you just take off down the hill and try to, cut back uphill and get to where it'll...
I could do that. Yep, I'm in neutral.
Here, let me have that. You're gonna need both hands.
Yes, I will.
Car rolls really good.
Really well. I didn't expect to go that quickly.
Looks good moving. I'm so excited for this car.
Yeah.
That is the reason I did this. And pull right through. No more running over cars trying to get them in the shop. I think that's about it for the tractor. It's a perfectly good tractor now. It don't need anything. I'm gonna keep an eye out for some farm auctions and stuff, get some more attachments and things I could actually use. Now that I have a because our other tractor, the hydraulics don't work very good. And so I've never really bothered looking for attachments, but we got a whole tractor that everything works well. It runs great. I mean, we've been driving it for, I don't know, at least an hour and a half or so, no problems. And I'm into it I gave $450 for the tractor. I got $60 in paint and about $120 in fluids, and everything else I made. So, well, okay. And a $20 oil filter. But so what? I'm into this thing for $700 or so. That's pretty good. I don't think you could buy this tractor for $700. Anyway, I guess we'll see you guys next time on Pole Barn Garage. I'm probably not working on that right away. I got one more thing to do in front of it, but I have a freaking crate full of parts for that, and I'm just getting too antsy on it. I got to get to it and do it. Also, hey, if you're interested in going to duct tape drags, please look up the Poverty Tour 2025 group on Facebook. I'm organizing an entire tour, power tour style, 5 days of driving to Tucson, Arizona from Joplin, Missouri to duct tape drags. If you are interested in doing that, check the Facebook group. It'll give you all the info you need, and I post updates there pretty regularly. Also, go to polebarnmerch.com, get you some shirts, get you some shop rags, whatever you want to call them. And we'll see you guys next time on Pole Barn Garage. And go watch that damn Jaguar video, please.
Oh shit, I didn't tell her where the brakes are. Okay, now she knows where the brakes are.